Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi le 1er septembre, the 1st of September. Et aujourd'hui, here is your agenda for today. So really, this is kind of a catch-up day. All of these items to the left are in the gradebook or will be very soon. So these are what you should have done by now and actually submitted something for. Up here we have your Flipgrid. On the next slide, you see your Flipgrid prompt is Comment tu t'appelles? So say, je m'appelle, insert name. What is our mot de passe this week? Remember to go back to slide numéro 9. That will answer that question. Au revoir. And then finally, you're going to answer the question, ça va? Ça va? And your answers can be super, bien, comme ci, comme ça, mal. All of that is also demonstrated in the Flipgrid once you go to the link. So here's your link right here. And that is the only thing you actually have to turn in today, like submit today. But one other thing I need you to do today, and that is this. Yesterday, you had your listening quiz about our first personne spéciale, who was just my daughter for practicing purposes. So I did not ask you to do this yesterday, but I'm going to ask you to do it now. Go ahead and flip to the very back of your cahier, your notebook, and you're going to write down exactly what you see here, and you're going to skip lines. So every other line, you get to the end of one line, instead of going to the one directly underneath, go to the one underneath that. That will come in handy next week, and you'll see that there is a method to the madness. So please go ahead and do that as our last item of business today. If you are able to come to our synchronous class at 8:45, I would love to see you there. It's a great way, not only will you get out of having to do the Flipgrid video, so there's a little bonus there, but just also to get more experience with the language and to be hearing it, which is super, super important right now. So if you can make it, super. If not, no worries. I do plan to record it, and I will put it in your Mercredi folder, your Wednesday folder in Schoology. One last thing today. Again, this is not mandatory. There's nothing to do with this. When we've had this day in history before, I have had you do a little discussion. I think we've only done one of those so far, but that will typically be the case. But for today, it's just an FYI and to get some practice. So aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi le 1er septembre et c'est l'anniversaire de Gaël, mon fils. Gaël, mon fils, est un joueur. Il joue au tennis. He plays tennis. He's a player, joueur de tennis professionnel. En 2016 et 2018, he was dans le top 10 mondial. Mondial means in the entire world, le monde. Donc international. Son père, his father, vient de Guadeloupe et sa mère, his mother, vient de Martinique. Guadeloupe et Martinique are both islands in the Caribbean that are French-speaking. And they are former colonies of France, and now they're considered territories of France. But vient de, say come from, en anglais, so his father comes from Guadeloupe, his mother comes from Martinique. Donc, therefore, Gaël you parle français et créole. Creole just implies a mix of languages that kind of ends up becoming a language in itself. And it is very popular in the Caribbean islands to have different types of Creole or Creole languages in the various islands. Sa femme, you see like feminine, and it actually means wife. It can also mean woman, but in this case, it's going to mean wife because of the context. Sa femme s'appelle Elina. Elle est une joueuse de tennis professionnelle aussi. Joueuse is the same thing as joueur. They both mean player, mais joueuse, c'est féminin, et joueur, masculin. You're going to find a lot of things that change between masculine and feminine in French. It's just the way it is. Elle est une joueuse de tennis professionnelle aussi. Can you guess what that means? Also. Okay, alors voilà this day in history. You do not need to do anything with it. This is just for your practice, and we'll look over it in the synchronous meet as well. Also, just going back to the previous 2 days, if you can be practicing with our song of the week, la chanson de la semaine, our song of the week, and also with les actions, our TPR, our action words, our gestures, watching this video a couple times, those are both going to continue coming into play. So be practicing with those as well. Okay. Au revoir tout le monde.